don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
I don't know what's real anymore. I've opened up the door to nowhere.
Hello there everyone, this is Tom again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the Mech Fans Toys Lost Planet series Megotroun. I think I may have pronounced that incorrectly. If I did, I apologize. I'm not sure how to properly pronounce T-R-O-U-N, but okay, whatever. So, taking a look at the box, you have this really nice piece of artwork right here that's got Megotroun on it. It's the Lost Planet, all that. Bottom of the box, it's got words and things and languages that I don't know how to read. Laser wave, pictures of product shots, whatnot. Side of the box, you get this cool little transformation scene for Megotroun. Top of the box, side of the box. This is Mech Fans 0. Got me. And the back of the box. How do I get that glare off? Back of the box has product shots. Yeah. So that's pretty much the box. Let's see here. Let's crack this thing open and see what all we get inside. Empty box. Okay, so we get our baggie of instructions, and there is this little blue, come on, open up. There's this little blue bit right here. Could you all see that? I have no idea what that is for. Absolutely none. We'll set that to the side. Let's see here. We get our instruction sheet. Let's see. It starts out like that. Goes to that. Goes to that. Goes to those two. Comes around to this. Shows all that. And then you get how to make the stand work. Okay, so instructions. Sometimes those are really helpful, and sometimes they're not. You get your standard, typical clam case here that has his gun, Megotroun or Megotroun. He's got a sword right here. This is the silencer. Here's the stock for the gun. He has an extra face. We'll look at that more in detail here in a minute. He has a key to Vector Sigma, a little blaster, a helmet, and the little mace weapon that every Megotroun that ever was born with, made, had to have. So, let's crack this open and see if we can get a little closer look at some of this stuff. Alright. This is what you all are here for. This guy right here. Looking at him up close. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. You can see he is a grayish color. Yeah, that's better. He is a grayish color as opposed to the silver of Apollyon and whatnot. Extend his arms right out of the box here, like that. He's got some really nice paint detail right here. The red, the blue, the gold, yellow, the red arms, back of the figure. Let's see if I can get in closer here on this head sculpt so that we can take a look at it. Does that or does that not kindly look like a Megotroun to you? I like it. All he needs is a Decepticon symbol and he'll be good to go. Closer detail, you can see those vents, the legs, side view a little bit closer, and the back view. Alright, so let's back out, and I'll cover articulation in a minute. Let's look at his accessories here, the stuff that he comes with. Here is his cannon, and it's just got the little bit thing there painted red on the very top. I mean, it looks like it's been glued together along a seam right here, and it's just got that part right there. Okay, it doesn't do anything except attach to his arm. Here we have the purple sword. Okay. The little purple blaster. And this is coming off as blue on camera, but let me tell you, it is purple. I mean, we're talking, well, no, actually, I don't have anything with me that is purple that I can relate it to. It's very, very purple. It's not blue. His little helmet thingy. Yeah. His mace, made of a clear translucent purple. Again, it's coming off as blue, but trust me, it's purple. We have his silencer. We have the gun stock. We have the key to Vector Sigma right here, and it's just a key. If you've got a Vector Sigma, if you've got MP Megatron, you know exactly what this thing is. And we get an additional face, and I think he's laughing maniacally, but I wouldn't swear to that. So let's see here, get that clamshell out of the way, hook his gun to his arm. It just plugs in right there. I say that as I can't get it on. There we go. Alright, so now he has his cannon arm. Let's see, give him the sword, make sure he can hold all of his accessories. Give him the blaster. Okay, so he can hold both the sword and the blaster without any problem. Set those off to the side. Maybe get out. Okay. Here is that Energon mace thing. He just holds it in his hand. It just plugs right in right there. So there's that. Helmet. If you can hold on to it, it fits on there just fine. Okay. The key to Vector Sigma. Now, how are we going to get that in there? You know, I don't think he can hold this. Yeah, I mean, you can rotate his arm the wrong way and maybe have it sitting in there, but that is just resting in there. So, yeah, this is a nice little thing, but I think it's a fail. And the additional face. Let me see if I could figure out how to get this thing off, because it looks like it just snaps in right here at the back. I may have to... Wow. How does this thing connect here? Oh, it's on a peg. So you just lift this up and you can see there's a peg right there. He has no face! Okay, and we'll put on the evil, maniacal, laughing face. So I actually kind of like that Megotroun. I like that face. I like the stoic face better, I think, but I do kind of like the laughing face. So for purposes of this review, I'm going to keep... You are going to lose these faces. These are just way too small. For purposes of this review, I'm going to keep that face on, and we'll go from there. Alright. So, articulation wise, the head is on a mushroom peg. It can go all the way around like that. The arms are on a ball socket that goes into the shoulder. Gives you the full 360. It can go down if that's what you need, but upwards motion, that's it. That's as far out as he can raise his arms. He can't go all the way to the sides. Let's see here. Yeah, you can't even really cheat it to get it the way you need. He does have a mushroom peg right here, which allows for elbow rotation. So, I mean, you can have him pointing straight ahead, and that's fine. Let's see here. You get an elbow bend, which is 90 degrees, and if you noticed, the wrists swivel. Now, this arm is a little bit different because part of the transformation is this sliding thing. So you still get out, you still get all the way around, and the bicep rotation and all that, but you can cheat it somewhat if you really needed to for a picture or something. It works. He has no no waist rotation whatsoever, although he does have that crazy little hinge there that doesn't lock in very well. Let's see here, moving his arms to the sides. T-jointed ball joints for hips, lets him do the full Chinese splits. Van Damme would be proud. Let's see, come forward, come back. Yes, he can do the full American splits with no problem. You have a mushroom peg right here, just above the joint here, which allows for 360 rotation on the thigh. Knee is single hinged, gets you 90 degrees on both legs, and the feet are on a ball joint right here that goes into a hinge. So you can get all the way up to there, back to there, and because it's on a ball joint, you can get the slightest bit of a rocker. Let's see if I can... Yeah, okay. So, flat-footed, this is the best A stance you're going to get with him flat-footed. Okay, so let's see here. Some quick size comparisons. Do measurements first. How do we want to measure him? Do we want to measure him to the top of his head or the top of the gun barrel? Tell you what, why don't I give you both measurements and you can decide which one you want. So, to the top of the head, he's coming in just shy of 5 inches. To the top of the gun barrel, add an extra almost ½ inch, so that'd be 5.5. Width-wise, shoulder to shoulder, we're looking at 2.5. If you include the fusion cannon, we're at 3. Depth-wise, how deep is he? I'd say we're looking at 1.5 inches. Okay, so now then, what do you say we do some size comparisons? Here he is with Classics mold, Classics Prime mold, and where's the movie Bumblebee? Oh, pardon me just a moment. Here he is with the movie Bumblebee mold. Give you a sense of scale. let's see here. Here he is, just again. So we've got, what is this, Voyager, Deluxe, and here's a Modern Legends. So just to give you a sense of scale, he's what was he, 5 inches? And Bumblebee measures in at almost 6. It's an interesting scale. So yeah, we'll get those out of the way. I was on a video! Yay! The hell out of here! So anyway, here he is with the DX9 Mightron. And I figure this is probably what people want to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see how these guys scale in comparison. So obviously this is in cartoon gray and this is in silver. But as near as I can tell, they're the same mold, even with that crazy hinge, although this one is much tighter. And he has a much different gun barrel than this one does. This gun barrel was made for this figure, and I don't, yeah, it's a solid piece. I was thinking maybe it was like the Mech Toys one where it slides. It doesn't. It was made for him specifically. So differences between this and the official DX9, obviously you've got red here where you don't have it right there. The shading is a little bit different. His gun sight is different. Oh, and this one has a spot of blue, 2 spots of blue, whereas this one only has the 1. So, yeah. Let me see here. I got this to scale with my Optimus Primes because if you've ever heard me talk, you know that I've been looking for, you know, Megatron to scale with my Primes. Well, here is that 2-pack Optimus, and here is, crap, I have no idea which one this one is. But he's a good Prime. Just to give you all a sense of scale as far as what's going on here. This Megatron, the DX9 one, is too big for this Prime. This Megatron is too short for this Prime. So I still don't have a Megatron for my collection. And it's just kind of disappointing at this point. But it is what it is. I think that's well, hang on. For you Beast Wars fans, here he is with Quick Strike, if I can get him to stand. Okay, stand, man, stand. Here's RC for you animated fans. So yeah, that's kind of what I think. Alright, that ought to do. So what do you say we transform this guy? And I'm going to give it a shot. Here's hoping. Alright, first thing we have to do is compress the arms. Pull out this bar here. Pull the arm all the way down. And this, move that out of the way, this fist right here has got to go into this cavity. And there's not really enough clearance to get it in there. So you're going to end up bending and flexing some things, and it just doesn't feel good, but you can get it in there. I mean, you just saw me do it. Rotate it around and pull that down. I'm not going to show that again. I hope you all just got it. Let's see if I can remember the transformation here. Come in here and you got to get this plate here moves. So get your little something, pry it up, and bring it down so that it's flush and flat. Come back here. The gun sight thing here is on a slider. Right here is the slider. And on this copy, yours may vary, but on this copy, mine is exceptionally tight. and I'm not really sure how to fix that. I'll have to take a look at it after the review. Go ahead at this time and remove your weapon from his arm. Let's see here, pull that out. Now the reason you had to undo this is so that you could utilize an ab crunch that he has when in this mode. You can't use it with it up, but when it's down you can. What that does is, if you can see, there's a little sliding bar right here, and this arm is on an armature. And I'll see if I can do this on camera. You just bring this down and pull this around like that. Okay? Rotate your arm properly. Get it however it needs to go. Rotate it on the ball joint. Pull that little bit out. Slip your, when you're positioning it, slip it so that the hand will go in there. And you gotta kind of rotate things and shove them into place at the same time, and it's not the greatest feeling in the world. But when you get done with it, it should look like this. Okay, let's see here. Next thing you can do is come down here, straighten his abdomen back out. Let's see here, pop open these legs like this. Each one of these legs has a little bit on the inside that folds out. So you've got to rotate both sides independently of each other so that it will allow those to come out. Go ahead and pull your flaps open on both sides. We're going to have to rotate at the thigh, and I get confused sometimes, so I think it's this one that rotates at the thigh. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, because it's got these little connector bits right here that are going to plug into those holes on both sides of it. So let's see here. Let's see if I can get this in there. Oh, it belongs. Get in there. And then you just close these up on that. Oh, you know what? I left out a step. My apologies. It's kind of an important step too. You've got to rotate the foot around, and then using that hinge, put it in right there, and then close up your foot here. Which can, sorry folks, when you have a wife and a family, sometimes when the phone rings you just have to answer it. So let's see, that goes in there like this, and the tricky part is you have to kind of keep this lined up properly and as square as you can get it, otherwise it's not going to go around that foot. There we go, and there we go, and it should look like that when you get done. Same thing over here on this other side. Rotate, bring it in, bring it down, squeeze that together. Now we can connect our little bit in our socket there. Line that up. Okay, we don't want to do this one just yet. Next we come to the head, rotate it all the way around so that he's facing his back basically. Now we lift it up. Did I do that right? No, I'm sorry. My apologies. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, but oh, rotate that in so that he's looking like that, and well, maybe this one's different. Maybe it is like that. How interesting. I don't know what seems to be the issue here. Something is preventing it from going in. How interesting. There's a, I may not have this pulled out. I didn't. Okay. So maybe it's... Look folks, I don't try to, you know, do something wrong so you all could see it mess up. That doesn't want to go in there either. Sometimes you need to see the struggle so you can figure out exactly what it is you're getting yourself into. That's just not wanting to go at all. Huh. Because of the profile of the head, it's got to go in. Like this. It shows it rotate, the instructions show you rotating the head around so that it's facing this way. Pull it in and slap it down. Problem is that his nose is getting in the way. Okay, so I can get that in there, but it's not happy to do so. Not happy at all. Alright, so let's not fight with it any more than we have to. Let's pull that out. Right, here's the trigger. Pull it down. Swing your barrel down. Oh, that's why. No wonder. That went in there much better. Well, but I can't keep it that way because I've got to... You know what? You see me mess up, maybe you won't do the same things. Okay. I popped it off of its swivel there. Okay, so you've got to rotate this so that it was like this. You rotate it around so that it's like this, so that when you push this into place here, this is prepared to come into here like this. Squeeze your pieces together here, bring these up, and there's another one of those peg and a little porthole here. Just like this, just like that. Now we put our head back on. It just snaps in there. Rotate him around so that it's facing the right direction, which that was not the right direction. That's the right. Now look, get in there. Okay, and last thing you do is fold that little flap there down. And here you have Megotroun in his gun mode. In this mode, he is measuring in at almost 5.5 inches. How tall is he? 3.5. How wide is he? Let's call it an inch. Take his barrel here, his fusion cannon, whatever you call the thing, and stick it unhappily into these two pegs here. There we go. Not bad. Take the silencer and hook it in right there. Take the stock, slip it in right there. Is that how it goes? Yeah, it does. It goes in just like this right here. And here you have Megotroun in his gun mode, fully armed. Let's see. We're looking at 9.5 to that, and from there to there is 5.5, so that's 15 inches. So it's 15 inches long with this stuff to it. I thought that it does. It just didn't have it in there enough. Okay. 15 inches that way. Size comparison wise, there it is, that crappy Bumblebee. Here it is with the KFC cassette. Do I have anything else? Here it is with a Legion scaled Ultra Magnus. I think the only other thing to do, just in case for those of you that want to see this, here it is next to the DX9 Mightron. And size comparison wise, it's got about a ½ an inch on it, would be my guess. And I think that's where we need to end this. I think the next thing we need to do is take a quick look at Metroplex. And now, to answer the burning question on everyone's mind, how does the Mech Fans Toys Lost Planet Series Zero Megotroun scale with Metroplex? And there you can see him in the hand of Metroplex. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot more to say. He's just kind of there. And here it is in gun mode in Metroplex's hand. And as you can see, it does pretty well. I kind of like that. That is a good sized gun for Metroplex. The stock comes almost all the way back to his elbow, and it looks like a handgun for Titan. And I can live with that. Final thoughts wise, there's a lot of good that's going on here. And I don't know if I can attribute that to DX9 or if, you know, Mech Fans Toys did something different. It's tighter in certain spots and it's looser in certain spots than what the official is. And I like the official. I'm very pleased with the official. But I like the KO here probably just as much. You are able with this mold to pull off some really good poses. If you wanted a dynamic look on your shelf, this is a pretty good representation. One thing I don't particularly care for is the gray as opposed to the silver. That's a personal preference, and I prefer the silver over the gray, but I know it's more cartoon accurate and they were probably going for the whole you know, MP look. That's fine. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't particularly care for the MP Megatron look. I want my Megatron to be nice and shiny like a Polyon, and honestly like the DX9 one. So for me, this mold, like I said, if you watch my other video on the DX9 Mightron, I'll try and figure out if I can post a link to it. I haven't done that before, so we'll have to try that. If you like DX9 Mightron, there's a lot here that you would enjoy. So thank you for watching, and yeah, I think we'll go from there. One final shot with these guys together, especially with the Mech Fans Toys with the Decepticon symbol on. I think that works on so many different levels for me. It works on a lot of levels for me too. Get the hell out of here, Nemesis. Screw you. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Vitamin John. Operators are standing by.